What if I GDB open run, okay, run. Next. Okay, I'm waiting there. Makes sense. Okay. No, I'm wearing a good shirt. You know what, folks? It's fucking pissing me off. But yeah, I can read all my instructions down the line. Where am I right now? Where am I right now? Where am I right now? Yo, 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 yo. It's just one executable away from breaking everything. Right. I can see register groups. Fuck no. What's the opposite of not Linux? Okay. Hi. Help. Mm, run a stack. Okay. I'm stuck here. I know that. Ooh. GG. Um. Next. Okay. Run. Nope. Main. Now run. Yeah, stuck somewhere. Where are we? 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 Hmm. Yeah. Next. 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 Hmm. Next. Step. Hmm. List. No. Function list not defined. Make breakpoints pending or visual. No. Okay. Next. Window equals null. Fuck. That's what screwing this thing up. Is that the case? Yeah. Next. 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 Yeah. I can just write step step run. Yes. Step step Skip. Skip. Next. Next. Yeah, next is breaking my shit. Like, if I'm waiting for too long, it's gonna break. And if I b dot list erase b no b dot list. Yeah. Uh, let's see some more tricks. I'm excited for this.
Just where main lives in assembly, which is also line 4 of our C. Awesome. So if we type run to start the program will begin to run, and it gets to where main is written in code, and it stops, and it says, hey, we're at main. What do we do now? So there are 4 instructions that allow us to step line by line through our code. We can step through the C code line by line, and we could step through the assembly code line by line. Obviously, one line of C can imply multiple lines of assembly, right? So if we want to jump immediately to line 5 in C where it says int d equals 2, we just type next. That gets us to several lines through the assembly where it puts 2 onto the stack in the place that variable d lives. We also can, instead of doing next line of C, we can do the next line of assembly with next I. That's next instruction. And you see that moved us from this instruction in assembly to this instruction in assembly. So we'll do that one more time. Next I. Okay, so this tells us that we are about to run the instruction that calls puts, right? And puts is a simplified version of printf, which prints this to the screen. The question is, do we want to go into puts and see what happens when puts gets ran, or do we want to ignore puts entirely? That's what's called a step into versus a step over. A step into is when we step into puts to introspectively see its code, and a step over is when we go over puts and completely ignore it and stay in the context of main. So for example, if we wanted to step into puts, we would say step. The step command would call into puts, and GDB would try to display the instructions of puts and the source code of puts to us. For the sake of this tutorial, we don't want to go into puts because we don't really care what happens inside of puts. Instead, we want to do next. Next will jump over the call to puts and bring us to, in this case, line 8, because it's a next and not a next I in our code. And then we need to do ref sometimes. When programs print in GDB, it messes up the layout a little bit. So we type ref for refresh, and that kind of cleans up the screen a little bit. So see, we've jumped over the call to puts. It printed that output to the screen before I refreshed, and now it says that we're on line 8 of our code. Great. So now we get to continue forward and just do another next instruction. Okay, so the next is hanging because the scanf function does expect input from the user. So I'm going to give it some number. I'm going to type 5 and hit enter. Ah, interesting. So me typing 5 and hitting enter caused a sigsegv, or a segmentation fault. And now it tries to show us every piece of information that it can about what caused the program to fail. So we can actually read through this. So something is wrong with the way that we wrote our scanf call, right? Because we have vf scanf internal. That function call is what's failing and making the program crash. So another thing we can do is we can figure out exactly what instruction in assembly caused our program to crash. Doing that enables us to know what kind of bug we have and can give us further information to debug our program and fix our code. The way we can do that is we can do x/, so that means examine, right? View memory, examine the instruction, so x/i at PC. So here we see that the instruction is move into EAX the thing pointed to by RDX, okay? That's an Intel instruction that says dereference RDX, put it into EAX. So then we can do info registers to figure out what is the register state of the program that's causing this to happen during this instruction. So we can see that RAX is 5 and RDX is 2. Well, if we go back to our instruction, we see that it's trying to dereference RDX and put it into EAX. Well, the number 2 isn't a valid instruction, so what's going on here? The answer to the question is that scanf takes a pointer to an integer when you're getting user input. So it's actually, instead of giving you a pointer to D in this code, it's giving you the value of D and treating that as a pointer. GCC warned us about this, and it said, hey bud, this is indicative of an int star, you gave it an int, this is going to cause issues. So instead, if we make this ampersand D, which is the address of D in C, and we fix our code, we get no warnings, we can run it, and it says you gave me 4. I hope you learned something about GDB in this. I'm going to go a little deeper into GDB using core files in the next video, but if you like
I love exploring about debugging.
let me know.
I hope I'm not boring the fuck out of you guys, but it's interesting.
If this
I
has
don't
ever
know.
been you. Coding along in C and something goes wrong in your program. You're not entirely sure what, so you add a bunch of print statements all over the place to figure out what's going wrong, and eventually you can't crack the code. So you throw away your code and start over. Stop doing that. In this video, we're going to talk about the power of core files and how you can use core files in conjunction with GDB to figure out exactly what is wrong with your code and level up your debugging process. By using this, you can take on your next big project and not worry about complicated crashes that happen as your code gets big. Let's get into it. So for our example today, I've written here an inventory simulator. The idea is the inventory simulator has a bunch of boxes, right? I can either print a box, I can edit a box, or I can quit the program. And these
Okay. Crash was too not normal. If I go to the last video, how did you check
what is
the
up, guys?
file?
In today's video, we're going to be talking about that we get our program.c. Let's dial a little bigger. Notice we added a called dial a little bigger. Notice
VC main WC -C OpenGL. Okay, if I remake dot just make and without any debug. So if I is you see the 3999751 make what was the debug flag? I just missed it. DC build type. You can now check WCC. What was the last fat? It's like 3999751. How much is 752? Exactly the same size. Will GDB and GL give me any lay next? Yeah. I mean, I can set one here, not window, not this. Float vertex B72, B79. Fun. Yeah. The fuck? My project is crashing. Run. Yeah. Okay, it's not passing after window. If I'm not wrong. If I just go up and somehow end up right before the window. Yeah, right before this. If I end up at line 38. B line 38. Okay. Now if I run, if I do it from start. Line 38, fine. Next, fine. Next, fine, and fucked up. You may choose to wait for a short file if it continues or not responding. I B list. Okay. B list. REF. Okay, debugging went too far. I just yes. But why does it feel like I mm, built? Yeah, I can just do make a run. Yeah, that works fine. Now what's your problem now? Our build, and I can just do C make. What's that? I just keep forgetting this. DC make build. C make build. Um, type. Okay, warning, find not set, find open. WCC open. Huh? And do I see my make point? So what's the use of adding a flag there? If I just uh do this, I get the same thing. WCC. Okay, just make. Nope, nothing. C make. Uh, uh, project.version. Okay, just I don't think I should do. Where are you? I don't think I should do this, but I'm so pissed at this moment. I'm just going for desperation. God, hope to God this response fine. You're nearly there. You already included a link, but that alone doesn't for debug unless you're specifying when to run CMake. to be extra sure when you're compiling with debug flags. Hope this doesn't fuck my current build up. Okay, now let's see. KDR build, cd build. Okay, make. Okay, OpenGL is heavy for me, but yeah, it gets the job done. There's no sudden spike, but WC OpenGL. I mean, somewhere around 30. Got it. And now, if I make build, you clearly see a difference if I'm not wrong. For build, build, cd build. Okay, now I just need to make sure I use this instead of that. Now, and now, moment of truth. I'm gonna make. Okay, seems a little bit more heavy than usual, but WC C OpenGL 36 760 760 was it 760 was it anyway, make file. I don't find the build heavy at all. Is it supposed to be like that? Not really sure. Like, okay, let's just lay next. Lay next. I want be at line 40. Okay, that's my GG. And run. Yeah, run. Build something for me. And if I do next, it'll probably crash. It'll crash, right? Yeah, should I just look at the instructions then? Run. Yes. And next instruction. Next I. Next I. Okay. Cool. Force quit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I did create it, but I think can I just see if I pop Sorry, my bad. GDB OpenGL and lean next. Lean next. I can, if I jump straight ahead to where? Just do, if I do run, should probably run fine. Only on delays it fucks up. Fucks up on delays. It fucks up on delays. It fucks up on delays. Delays. Okay. I mean, I can see every instruction going in. Glad GL deletion shader, link program, create shader, viewport. Where is GLFW window mount? I can just be somewhere near 40 and check for it. Or if I do a run, I see aren't window. Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Next. Oh, it doesn't wait, does it? Can just move ahead. Hmm. 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 How much effort does it take to run a one thing? And where am I? Uh, how to? Can I jump? Argument required. Jump. B. Jump 73. JUMP. Jump 73. Can I do that? Yeah. Hey, come on. Debugger did work. Continue. Oh, I broke my UI. Next. It opened up registered. How do I close? If I do help lay. Hmm. Yes. If I don't fuck with the window, like window just loads up and renders my screen for some weird reason, but end of the day it works. Yeah. Oh Lord. Apatia, apati pati poo, apati da 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 pa happy. We are. That is sad. Even that's sad. My Prime membership got screwed. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm on a party. Party. Funny. Party. Party. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's look at this. 9.cpp. I just need to check my shader functions properly. Mm. Pa, pa, pa. Yeah, I should do. Now I can probably go to my main and do this. Where are my shaders now? Vertex shader. Okay. Make GDB. Open. Sorry, GDB. Open GL app and lay split. I should just probably search for R shader, line number 655. Okay, run. Okay, yeah, fine with you breaking for a minute, but I need to come back here. So, step. I go here and step. I need to print. Okay. Okay. And next. Uh, I can just go and say break line number 32. Okay, and you can just do step. I mean, looks like I entered into deep piece of shit. But okay, did it break right now? It probably looks like it broke. Hmm. Okay, okay, next. Failed a bit. Next. Next. Uh, should probably go to catch. Yeah. Next. Uh, next. Yeah. Uh, continue. Hmm. Help. Breakpoints. Stack. Stack. Uh. The way I debug with this thing, it's really good. Ah, come on. Okay. Next. 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 Mm, and yeah. Gotta get back here. Did I the entire thing up? Next. Lay that makes any sense? Three. Yeah. I'm really irritated by it, by the way. But probably I'll have a better debug session tomorrow. I'm really excited with this thing. Yeah. And 1 hour, probably 1 hour. I'm not really sure. Like, yeah, that should be most for today. And yeah, 48 minutes worth shit in my record. So folks are watching it in YouTube. I'm really sorry I forgot to hit the record button, but I'll make sure I'll do it next time. Okay, thank you.